Are you constantly comparing yourself to others? Pag-usapan natin yan in this new Trying Hard podcast episode. Hi there, welcome to a new episode of the Trying Hard with Lyqa podcast. If you hear me struggling with talking, it's because may singaw po ako sa lower lip ko. But I really want to get this episode out there kasi right now, for some reason, I get a lot of comments, messages, DMs from people who are struggling kasi daw they're comparing themselves with classmates, workmates, batchmates, mga kaedad, pinsan, etc. And dahil papalapit na ang holiday season, 'di ba? Itong November 'yan, may mga holiday reunions na December. I figured gawa na tayo ng parang setup natin ng pampa-kontra dun sa mga mararamdaman natin kapag kinumpare na tayo sa mga pinsan, etc. natin. Okay? Now, why do I say that? Kasi specifically, tayong mga Pilipino, for some reason, ito ay hindi naman sinasadya, I think, na ng mga maraming nakatatanda. Pero nakasanayan na nila eh. Alam niyo yun? Mahirap na baguhin para sa kanila. Mahirap, pero hindi imposible. Pero mahirap na para sa marami sa kanilang baguhin yung way that they describe things. And one of the things I noticed, kahit nung bata ako, is that people like describing people using comparisons. 'Di ba? Kaya nga pag reunion ang unang entrada sa atin lagi yung, oh, tumaba ka, oh, pumayat ka, oh, ganito, ganyan. Bakit laging physical? Bakit laging comparison? Tapos, and I know a lot of you already know, I grew up with an identical twin sister, no? So, identical, ibig sabihin magkamukha kami. And growing up, I remember strangers. As in, yung bumibili lang kami na ng tinapay sa bakery, gano'n. Tapos may lalapit, tapos magtatanong, oh, sinong mas maganda sa inyo? Sinong mas matangkad? Sinong mas matalino? Now, of course, nung bata kasi kami, mabilis ang sagot namin, which is walang ganun. Pareho kami, or pantay, or yun nga, magtatago ako sa likod ng paa ng lola ko, kaya tapos na yung usapan. Pero, laging may ganun. Laging sinong mas ganito, sinong mas maganyan. And kahit sa mga description sa mga anak, 'di ba? Oh, yan yung anak na ano ni ganito. Yan yung anak na pinakamatalino, yung pinakamagandang anak, yung pinakamayaman, pinakaganito. So laging may comparison. Now, bakit ganon? Now, ang una kong sasabihin is that's not an entirely Filipino thing. It's actually a human thing, no? Magaling tayong maglagay ng mga descriptions sa boxes. Maglagay ng mga tao rin dun sa loob ng box na yon. So, ganun natin sinusort out ang mundo around us. That's how we find sense and logic dun sa mga bagay-bagay. Even young kids, marunong sila na magpila by smallest to biggest, right? Dahil sa comparison. So, really, automatic ito sa atin. Mahirap siya pigilan. Pero may mga ways ba for us to control the way we compare ourselves with others? I'm hoping meron. And isi-share ko sa inyo yung iba sa mga kailangan natin pag-usapan. Okay? But before we do that, follow na if you haven't yet. We're a growing community of try-hards dito sa Pilipinas who believe na it's better to try hard than to not try at all. So kung gusto ninyo ng mga conversations na ganito, you have more on the way, follow nyo na para hindi nyo ma-miss. Okay? We're bumping up yung ating episodes ngayon kasi papunta na tayo sa 3rd year anniversary. Isipin nyo na. 3 years na pala ang Trying Hard podcast, and we have a lot of surprises in store for you. So, this is going to be a conversation. 4 T's. Oh, di ba? Letter T para madaling tandaan. I try na laging may mnemonic device tayo para baon-baon nyo sila sa pagsabak nyo sa real world. Meron tayong 4 T's na panlaban. Pangontra sa comparison. Okay? The first T na kailangan natin pag-usapan ay triggers. Now, bakit? Ito not just for me but for a lot of people. Pero magbabank tayo specifically sa experiences ko din. Minsan, kaya natin ako-compare natin sa iba kasi may mga triggers tayo. May mga bagay na nakikita natin sa social media, nakikita natin sa real world, nababasa, or may mga certain dates, for example, na posibleng maging triggering for us. For example, ako, I don't always struggle with like physical appearance. Pero over time, napansin ko dun sa sarili ko na when it comes to people taking photos of me, lalo na nung medyo sabihin na natin nag-grow na yung community or may mga demands, may mga brands na may photo shoot or mga gano'n, hirap na hirap ako. Tingnan yung sarili ko sa salamin, hirap na hirap ako sa kung ano yung susuot ko, kung paano ako magpo-post. Parang feeling ko hindi ako worthy kasi hindi ko alam kung paano magdamit, hindi ko alam kung paano i-carry yung sarili ko. Ang nakikita ko lang kasi, apparently, kaya gano'n yung mindset ko na hindi ako belong sa gano'ng klaseng mga conversations, is nakikita ko ang mga model, ang mga pinipicturan, ang mga, alam mo yun, karapat-dapat sa billboard, sa poster, etc. ay itong mga, alam mo yun, Ann Curtis, Bea Alonzo, yung mga artista, celebrities who have a certain body type, who have a certain look. And again, nothing against them, no? Nothing against them. But yung beauty standards, or actually kahit sa boys, di ba? Yung K-pop idol type ng beauty standard din for boys ngayon, na dapat clear skin, dapat ganito. Um, all of those things, nakikita natin sa social media or nakikita natin sa media in general. So sa akin, I realized, ay nahihirapan pala ako lalo. Kasi ang nakikita ko lang na may mga ganong klaseng magagandang photo, alam niyo yun, ay yung mga people who are celebrities. Not people who fit my body type. Kasi mesomorph ako eh. So, mamuscle ako, mabilis akong mag-bulk up. May joke nga kami dito sa bahay na sinasabi ko kay Zandy na parang, alam mo, magwalis lang ako. Yung biceps ko lalaki na. Like, sobrang bilis ko mag-bulk up. So, lagi ko inisip, okay, paano ko to i-reconcile? You know, one thing that helped me is looking at athletes, following them on social media, sa Instagram, looking at their feeds, no? Looking at their photos. Tapos nakikita ko, okay, medyo similar yung body type namin. So, yung post niya, probably that would work for me as well. Kung meron siyang photo or poster or anything like that, ay, baka ako rin pwede rin. When I started getting big, no? Kasi dati sobrang unhealthy payat ako kasi nga sobrang overworked. I started following mga plus-sized models din. And looking at, ay, okay, big girl din siya, big girl ako. Okay, let me see kung ano yung pinopost niya. And then over time, ito honestly, helpful talaga siya sa akin. I started seeing na, okay, ang confident niya, ang at ease niya sa kanyang sariling skin, parang nahahawa ko dun sa confidence nila. So, ang ginawa ko, binawasan ko yung exposure ko dun sa certain type ng trigger, and then I increased yung exposure ko dun sa people who are like me. And then yun, nakatulong siya sa akin, sa comparison. So, I don't always lead na with, ano ba yan, ang taba-taba ako today, or ang taba-taba ako na, may mga araw pa rin na ganun. Pero, hindi na lagi. So, I'm putting it out there, not just, not saying na yun ang solusyon sa lahat ha. Of course, there are real mental health illnesses, mental health situations na pwede kayo may body dysmorphia or anything like that. Hindi ko minimize yun. All I'm saying is that sa akin personally, it helped me with my low self-esteem when it comes to my looks. Yun. So, seeing people who are unconventionally attractive, sabihin na natin na yung hindi yung mga kung paano i-describe yung maganda nung bata ako. Seeing them up there really gave me a sense of parang inspiration din. And I remember kasi in earlier episode, di ba, meron tayong collab with Bianca Gonzalez. And I actually told her this na when as a kid, payat ako noon, no? Payat ako nung bata. Hanapin ninyo. Pero ang payat-payat kong bata dati, tas morena ako, tas feeling ko hindi ako, alam mo yun, parang walang makikinig sa akin. Pero nung nakita ko siya sa Y-Speak, nakita ko siya sa Mix, nung bata ako, parang pwede rin pala yun. So, ganun yun. Ganun natin siyang isa-solve. Yung triggers natin, bawasan natin. Yung mga exposure natin doon, i-unfollow nyo na lang yung mga tingin ninyo nakakapagpababa ng self-esteem ninyo. And then start following those who are like you and gain confidence from them. This is actually also one of the reasons why I enjoy drag. When I watch Drag Race, when I have conversations with drag queens, or I watch drag performers, lagi akong parang ang confident naman nila, parang maambo na naman ako ng confidence nila. Yun, nahahawa rin ako doon. So again, think about your triggers and then play with those things. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is truth. Okay? This is a really simple question, pero kailangan natin pag-usapan. Kasi a lot of times when we compare ourselves with others, maliban sa may trigger tayo or anything, na kailangan natin bantayan, iwasan, or at least magkaroon ng preparation. Meron tayong isang truth na kailangan pag-usapan, 'pag nate-trigger tayo or na nate-tempt tayo to compare ourselves with others, which is this: is this something I can change? Is this yung kino-compare ko sa kanya, mababago ko ba siya? Kasi yung sagot sa tanong na yan will branch off dun sa ano yung mga puwede mong gawin. Kung ang bagay na ito ay mababago mo rin sa sarili mo, kunyari, "Ay, sana kasing confident niya ako," or, "Wow, buti pa siya, ang confident naman niya." Then you can start working on building your own confidence, right? Pero kung ang kinaiinggitan or ang kino-compare natin sa sarili natin sa iba is yung physical features niya katulad ng height, 'di ba, wala na tayong magagawa sa height natin, unless lumalaki pa kayo 'no, depende sa age 'yan. Wala rin tayong hindi natin mapipili 'yun, genetic lottery 'yan. So, kung yung bagay na 'yun ay hindi ko mababago, ano yung truth behind this point of comparison? Sa akin kung ang katotohanan ay hindi ko 'yun mababago, I just need to accept na gano'n talaga. It leads me to acceptance lang na parang, okey, gano'n lang talaga siya, wala tayong magagawa diyan. Pero for the things I can change, it can get me started on a new journey of improving myself para I can get to a point na kagaya niya. It becomes, again, a source of inspiration. Now, we talked about how to better yourself and how to know yourself in earlier episodes. We also talked about tamang inggit just recently. Pero I think this question really changes things. Ito bang kino-compare ko sa kanya at sa akin, is it something I can change? And if ang sagot dun ay hindi, you just need to learn how to let go. At kung ang sagot dun ay yes, then you can get started on changing things instead of keeping on comparing yourself para hindi tayo nasa-stuck doon. Okay? Now, bago tayo ma-stuck dito, quick little break muna.
I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, and here's why. This is the official planner para sa mga tryhards. I created this planner with one goal, which is to make a planner that's good enough for you to destroy. Ano ibig sabihin ko dyan? Alam ko yung feeling na bagong-bago yung planner mo, mabango pa, at dahil ang ganda-ganda niya, parang ayaw mong sulatan. Kaya I wanted something na pagkahawak ninyo, gustong-gusto nyo ng simulan na sulatan kahit pangit ang handwriting mo o wala kang maisulat. This planner is undated, parang ikaw. Which means you can start using it or stop using it whenever. Hanggat may space pa siya. This planner may also be the best worst-looking planner you'll ever get. Anong ibig sabihin ko dyan? This planner comes with its own ink stains, coffee stains, doodles, at kung ano-ano pa para hindi ka ma-threaten. Kasi nga, di ba, mabuti nang magulo yung planner pero maayos yung buhay kaysa maayos yung planner pero magulo yung buhay. Now, paano naman yung mga walang plano? Pwede rin to sa'yo. It includes its own set of activities para matulungan ka to find kahit one goal lang for this next year. So that's it. This is the I don't just try, I try hard planner for tryhards like me. And whether you're using this planner, another type of planner, old pages from old notebooks, or printouts like I did before, what matters most is not the planner itself, but how you use it. Use it well.
Get yours today by messaging the Lyqa Maravilla Facebook page.
All right, welcome back to our episode on comparing yourself to others. Again, we're talking about 4 T's here. The first one is your trigger. And is it something you see? Is it a season? Meron din ako idadagdag dito, which is, every time magkakaroon ng bar exam o kaya may i-release na bagong listahan ng mga lawyers, may konting kurot. Konti lang palit na palit siya over the years. May konting kurot pa rin sa akin na parang, what if nagstay ako sa law school? Ano kaya mangyayari? Kaya yun, over time, parang actually nauubos na rin yun. Pero alam ko sa sarili ko, trigger yun sa akin. Kaya pag parating na yan, yung news na yan, or pag parating na yung season na yan, lagi ko sinasabi sa sarili ko na, wait lang. I need to remind myself na it was a choice that I took wholeheartedly and it really paid off for me din naman. Third T natin. Okay? Yun yung first trigger. Second is truth. Is it something I can change? Third T natin is timeline. Na ano yung timeline? Here's the thing that we need to talk about. A lot of people, again, compare themselves with others kasi may similarity sila in that yun din yung career na gusto ko, Yun din yung personality trait na gusto ko. Yun din yung skill na gusto ko. Yun yung amount of confidence na gusto ko na meron siya. Pero, ito yung lagi natin naririnig na question I-reframe ko lang, no? Pero are you comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10? Or are you comparing your manuscript to someone else's finished, published book? Diba? Kung nasa timeline ng mga bagay-bagay, kung isipin mo yung timeline, ikaw ba ay beginner pa lang? O ikaw ay nasa advanced stages na nitong bagay na ito? Kasi kung ang tinitingnan mo ay, sabihin natin, accomplished na public speaker, accomplished na author, accomplished na teacher, no? Tas ikaw, nagsisimula ka pa lang, tas naiinggit ka agad or kino-compare mo agad yung sarili mo sa kanya. Relax lang. Tama? Wag agad-agad. Kasi that person probably also took time bago siya nakarating sa posisyon na yon. O kung hindi man time, meron siya talagang resources or meron siyang certain privileges sa buhay na nung nagsimula kayo sa race na ito, nauna na siya, no? Meron na siyang parang bonus miles, no? Doon sa karera ng buhay. So again, sa timeline, titingnan natin yung sarili natin na, okay, nagsisimula pa lang naman ako I'll cut myself some slack. Hindi naman overnight na biglang confident ka na agad. Hindi overnight mapopromote ka agad. Hindi naman laging ganun. So, you have to understand na some things just literally take time. So, keep doing what you're doing. Again, don't compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 10. No? Yung rough draft mo with someone else's finished book. And of course, yung pinopost nila sa social media versus yung nangyayari sa utak mo. Kasi a lot of times, hindi rin yun magkakabit. There is a temptation, and I acknowledge that, no, as a content creator. There is a temptation for people to keep posting their wins on social media na parang, ito yung milestone ko. Nag 2 million subscribers ako, nagganyan ako, nag-talk ako dito, napunta ako dito sa ganyan. And there's a temptation na laging yun ang ipopost, yung mga success lang ng success. Because, of course, we want to share yung mga milestones na yun with you. Lalo na for me, kasi most of those milestones, kasama ko kayo or kayo yung number 1 cheerleader ko whenever I put myself out there, magre-release ka ng bagong product. But I've learned over time then that I have some sort of responsibility on sharing or showing what happens behind the scenes. Yung struggles ko, gaano ako ka-imperfect, yung mga certain mistakes that I make, di ba? I try to be as human as possible. Yun yung nangyayari kasi talaga sa social media. Kino-curate ng creators nating lahat. Di ba? When we post sa social media, kino-curate natin yung pinapakita natin. So, ang encouragement ko sa inyo would be this. Tayo, alam natin kung pinagdadaanan natin Alam natin yung struggles natin. Yung mga thoughts sa head natin. Pero ang alam lang natin minsan sa ibang tao, lalo na kung hindi naman kayo close or nakikita mo lang sa kanila yung pinopost nila or you're looking at them from a distance, syempre probably ang nakikita mo lang sa kanila yung wins nila. So, when it comes to timeline din, wag natin tingnan na yung finished product niya na nakapost na, malayo compared dun sa pinanggagalingan ko. Kasi probably yung pinanggagalingan ko, pinanggalingan niya rin once or even pinanggagalingan niya ngayon. It's just that it so happened na meron siyang win na pinapost niya. So again, think about it in terms of timeline. Baka nagsisimula ka pa lang. So, be kind to yourself. Okay? Now, yung fourth T natin is track. Track, ano ibig sabihin ng track? Ang track kasi, di ba, sa track and field, di ba? Hindi yung truck as in big red truck. But track and field, ibig sabihin yung path kung saan ka tumatakbo. Itong track has 2 questions. The first question is this: are you on the right track? Ibig sabihin nun, tumatakbo pa ako sa tama na kinalalagyan ko. I was in Clark last week giving a talk on the maths of life. Sabi ko, if ever I get the chance to write this, I'll write it, turn it into a book. But I've always believed that direction means more than distance. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Kung tama ka ba ng direksyon na pinapupuntahan, mas mahalaga yon kaysa sa layo ng tinakbo mo. Kasi ang nangyayari, kapag mali yung direction mo, di ba? Tapos malayo yung tinakbo mo, baka tumatakbo ka palayo sa kung saan ka dapat nandun. So sa akin, when it comes to track, we have to think, am I on the right path? Di ba? Am I valuing the right things? If you believe that you are on the right path, kahit na maliliit na hakbang lang yung kinukuha mo ngayon, okay pa rin yan. Effective pa rin yan. Importante pa rin yan. Even more important than those who may not be on the right path, pero ang layo-layo na narating nila. Kasi minsan mas madaling ma-achieve yung mga bagay na mali kaysa sa mga bagay na tama. Now, bibigyan ko kayo ng example. And take this with a grain of salt. Hindi to absolute ha. Pero for example, sa akin as a content creator, and kakagaling ko lang sa isang parang panel where I spoke kanina. And a lot of people are talking about yung worries nila about AI content and how may mga channels kasi na bumubulusok sa dami ng views at subscribers kahit na yung content nila nakaw o kaya yung content nila hindi naman reliable or fake or AI generated, ganyan. Tapos parang napag-iiwanan nga daw yung mga creators na nag-e-effort para sa sarili nilang content. Tapos yun, I just shared na ang belief ko kasi talaga is not about just quantity ang success. Dapat quality rin of the community you're building. Quality ng viewers na nakakausap mo. Ano ba, totoong views ba yan or they hate viewing you or they just watching pero hindi sila invested sa kung sino ka. You have to really keep asking yourself, am I on the right path? Kasi kahit na mas mauna silang mag 1 million subscribers or mauna sila mag-viral, pero kung mali naman yung direksyon na tinatahak, di ba, they're doing more damage. Kesa yung alam mo na tama yung ginagawa mo, kahit nakatiting lang yung usad, mas tama pa rin yun. So again, the first question when it comes to track is, are you on the right path? Second question, which is a challenge for all of you. Are you tracking your progress? Track pa rin yun. Pero hindi na lang siya daanan, it's the process of measuring or tracking your progress. Kasi guilty ako dito. Sa totoo lang. Like there are days I just still see myself as the worst sa certain things or naku, hindi ako kasing galing ni ganito, mas magaling si ganito, hindi pa ako masyadong mahusay sa ganitong part, di ba? Meron pa rin akong ganun hanggang ngayon and I don't think mawawala siya completely. But whenever I remember na, yeah, but 10 years ago, hindi ako magsistay yes dun sa opportunities na yun. Hindi ako mabibigyan ng ganong klaseng stage or ganong klaseng boses, ganong klaseng platform, di ba? Like, when I measure myself against who I was before and track my own progress, doon ko nakikita na, wait lang, meaningful na pala yung nagagawa ko. Kasi here's the truth, and ibabalik ko dun sa first analogy natin sa reunions, no? Tayo na nakikita yung sarili natin araw-araw sa salamin, minsan hindi natin nakikita kung anong gaano kalaki na yung pinagbago natin. Pero yung mga nakita ka last year, tas ngayon ka lang taon na to makikita, minsan nagiging parang ang bilis ng pagbabago mo para sa kanila, kapansin-pansin yun para sa kanila. And I'll give you this metaphor, no? Kasi I've been going around giving talks in person ito mga past few weeks. Kasi, ayan nga, medyo bumubukas na yung mundo, nagtakapag-travel na uli. And yun, ikot ako sa Pilipinas to give talks. And lagi, in fairness I can say lagi kasi hindi pa to nagmintes. Lagi, kapag may in-person event, there's someone who would tell me na, sorry, hindi kita nakilala o kaya, ang ganda mo pala sa personal. And ano yun modesty aside, pero there's a point here. Let me get to it. And Zandy would laugh, no? Tinatawanan niya ako lagi. Kasi meron kaming conversation, may joke kami dyan. So, every time people tell me na, uy, ang ganda mo pala sa personal, I know they mean it as a compliment. Na parang, uy, ang ganda mo pala. Nagulat ako, ganyan, kasi ang ganda mo pala sa personal. Or mas maganda ka sa personal. Pero hindi kasi mas maganda sa personal sinasabi nila. Sinasabi lang talaga nila, ang ganda mo pala sa personal. Sa loob-loob ko, ang kasunod nun is, ay, so pangit pala po ako sa video, no? Kaya pangit ako doon sa video na nakita ninyo. Joke lang yun, ha? Pero, may truth in that which is kasi yung mga unang videos that I put up, or some of the actually, kahit yung mga newer ones na hindi naman ako nag-e-effort sa kanuan ng itsura ko, diba? Andun lang siya pinopost ko sila. At dahil yun yung nakikita nila sa akin, pag nakita nila ako in person, nagugulat din sila. Kasi hindi pala ganun yung itsura ko or marunong na pala ako magpulbos ngayon, hindi katulad dati. And yun yung same thing. Kasi tayo, bilang ako, hindi naman bago yung itsura ko Parang sa akin, araw-araw ko naman to nakikita. Pero para sa mga iba, na hindi ka lagi nakikita, nagugulat sila. So, tayo, kailangan natin laging isipin na hindi ko man nararamdaman yung pagbabago sa akin ngayon. Kung titingin ako ng mas malayo, di ba? Sa kung sino ako before. Meron bang growth? Meron bang progress? And be honest with yourself pagdating dito. Now, if you can honestly say na meron at it's in the right direction, you're on the right track, nako, i-celebrate mo yung progress na yan. Kasi that way, you're comparing yourself not to others, but to an older version of yourself. Diba? And hopefully, makikita mo na tama na yung mga steps na kinuha mo. So again, 4 T's tayo ha. Number 1, trigger. So yung triggers, pwede nyo siyang bawasan, pwede nyo i-control yung mga positive triggers nyo rin. Dagdagan nyo yan. Number 2, truth. Ang question is it something I can change? If it's something you can change, then start working on yourself, di ba? Better yourself. And if not, acceptance na lang. Wala tayong magagawa dun eh. Number 3, timeline. Ibig sabihin, are you comparing your chapter 1 to someone else chapter 10? Give yourself time. Wala namang overnight change. Bihira yan. So you have to really be kind to yourself. And number 4, track. Which is, first question, are you on the right track? Hindi ba malayo pero tama? Okay na yun. And are you tracking your progress? Are you comparing yourself with who you were before? Doon natin ma-appreciate yung sarili natin. So yeah, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to stop comparing yourself to others. But I'm hoping that these give you parang kahit pa paano guidelines, may scaffold tayo ng mga pwede natin isipin every time we do that. Kasi the truth is, if you keep doing it, may tendency siya to be a downward spiral. Kung lagi mo tinitingnan yung sarili mo against other people, it's very rare that you would find someone na ikaw yung better. Kasi nasa age of social media na tayo ngayon. Buong mundo nakikita natin. Which means you can get the most of everyone on your timeline at i-compare mo yung sarili mo sa kanila lagi. But I'm hoping, etong 4 na to, kahit pa paano deterrent siya. Kahit pa paano anchor siya or mag-ground ka doon sa reality ng situation. Which is, and I'll leave you with this, something I tell my students all the time, you are never as good as people think you are. Or as you see you are sometimes. But you are also never as bad as other people see you are and as you yourself think you are. Laging may mali doon. Laging hindi sakto yung perception na yun. So, cut yourself some slack. Okay? So, yeah. Let's keep growing, guys. Kasi, yun naman ang magagawa natin eh. Hanggang buhay pa tayo, pwede pa tayo mag-improve. Diba? At kung pwede, wag na rin natin compare yung ibang tao sa iba, 'di ba? Kung ayaw natin ginagawa sa atin, wag na lang natin ipasa sa iba. All right? Now, that's it muna for now. If you don't follow the Facebook group yet, go ahead and follow. We have new announcements coming soon. Exclusive dun sa Facebook page. So if you want to be part of that, go ahead and search the Trying Hard podcast community on Facebook. That's where we talk about other things. If you want more advice, videos, or if you want to ask for my advice, we have the Ask Lyqa link. Nandun na lang sa description natin. And again, follow if you haven't yet. Share your insights sa mga Q&A natin. Salamat sa mga nagre-respond doon. And as we always say sa channel na to, dream big, work hard, start now, and don't let anyone calling you a try hard keep you from actually trying hard. Keep trying, guys. I'll talk to you soon.